Out-of-place artifacts, UPART, are objects that appear to be out of context with respect to the historical period or geographical area in which they are discovered. These artifacts, according to accepted knowledge, should not exist in certain epochs or civilizations. They are too technologically advanced or belong to cultures that could not have created them. These finds are fascinating because they suggest the possibility of lost knowledge, cultural or technological advancements that predate known history. UPART is often used to hypothesize alternative scenarios, such as advanced ancient civilizations or unexplained interactions between peoples. Therefore, they pose a challenge for archaeologists and historians as they question the boundaries of our historical understanding and open the door to new interpretations of the past. In 1938, Wilhelm Koenig, director of antiquities at the Baghdad Museum, came across a singular discovery. During the construction of a railway near Baghdad, archaeological excavations had unearthed 4 ancient, unglazed ceramic jars. One of these jars contained a copper cylinder with an iron rod inside, sealed with a kind of asphalt plug. These objects date back to the Parthian period, 248 BCE, 226 CE, and raise an intriguing question. Could they have functioned as primitive galvanic cells or batteries? Koenig hypothesized that these objects could generate electricity if filled with an acidic solution, like vinegar or wine. The chemical interaction between the copper and the iron immersed in an acidic solution could produce a weak electric current sufficient for basic purposes such as electroplating or metal coating. This hypothesis opened the door to fascinating speculations. Did the Parthians actually have electrochemical knowledge? And if so, for what purpose would they have used it? Koenig found additional support for his theory by observing the methods used by Iraqi jewelers in the 1930s, who employed a rudimentary galvanic cell to plate gold onto objects. This method consisted of a container with a solution of gold cyanide immersed in a pot with a sodium chloride solution. The potential difference between a piece of zinc and the object to be plated produced the current necessary for the process. Koenig suggested that a similar process might have been used by the Parthians. Subsequent experiments have shown that a reconstructed Baghdad battery can indeed produce a voltage of around 0.5 volts, enough for simple plating. Some researchers like Kanani have even suggested that certain golden ornaments typical of the Parthian period might have been made through a primitive electrochemical process. However, not all scholars agree. Some archaeologists, such as Kurtzman, argue that the Parthians did not possess electrical knowledge and that these jars held a ritual or symbolic significance rather than a technological one. These containers may have been used in tombs for spiritual purposes, perhaps to protect the deceased or to contain messages intended for the afterlife. Kurtzman points out that similar objects have been found in other contexts, and that metals often held magical or sacred meanings for ancient cultures. Another theory suggests that the Parthians used gilding methods already known at the time, such as gold leaf, fire gilding, mercury amalgam gilding, or gilding with powdered gold. These methods were effective and well known, and did not require electrochemical knowledge. Furthermore, no copper salts were found in Koenig's jars, nor traces of gold or silver, elements one would expect if they had been used for plating. The debate about these jars has never fully concluded. On one hand, the idea that an ancient people like the Parthians might have possessed such technology is fascinating and finds echoes in modern pseudo-archaeological theories, which hypothesize alien influences or lost knowledge. On the other hand, the archaeological context and scientific analyses provide no definitive proof of an electrochemical use for these jars. Ultimately, the Baghdad Battery remains an enigmatic object. It could represent an extraordinary example of advanced technological knowledge for the time, or simply a ritual object whose modern interpretations are based on a misunderstanding. The lack of additional artifacts and comprehensive scientific analyses makes it difficult to reach a certain conclusion. The Baghdad Battery continues to be one of the most discussed and controversial UPARTs. Although experiments show that such a device can produce electricity, there is no evidence that it was actually used for this purpose. Whether the ancient Parthians actually discovered electricity or if these objects are merely ritual artifacts remains a fascinating mystery, open to both science and speculation. Hi, I'm John. Our journey into mystery continues. If you want to uncover more hidden truths and answers to the greatest enigmas, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Together we'll explore the unknown, and who knows what secrets we'll find.